Alright guys, today's video is going to be something that's not nearly as talked about as it should be, especially on the internet. This is something that I could have greatly benefited from about 5 years ago, and I hope that there's people that are in that same spot that this will also be able to help. So if you find yourself curious about what exactly the keys to success are, I should be able to clear things up greatly in this video. So sit back, lock in, stay tuned. This is going to be very valuable. I was out on my back deck today. I was stretching, the sun was hitting my skin, just taking some deep breaths as I do every morning. And I was thinking to myself, what did I need to hear back then? Back then, at that point in my life where I was making all the wrong decisions, but I had just enough spark in me to still click on a few motivational videos on YouTube. The answer came to me pretty quickly. The answers that you seek are not on the internet. You see, I figured this out a little bit ago, but it hadn't occurred to me to make a video about it yet. At least not until I asked myself that question. What would have helped me? I'm not sure if my glasses are messing with the camera, so I'm gonna take them off for now. Anyway, there's so many people going through life by studying, reading books, and watching videos. And despite all that valuable information, they still seem lost, confused, and trying to piece together the puzzle. Why do you think that is? Why can two people watch the same video or read the same exact book, yet one of them will thrive from that information and the other one seems like they never did anything? It's because the answers can't be installed overnight. You may hear the truth, but if you're miles away from the door, the key won't help you much. Have you ever heard a quote or a concept that you didn't really understand until years later? You may have this aha moment even though you got this information a long time ago. That's metaphorically you finally reaching the door. You see, you had the key the whole time, you just couldn't use it. Scrolling on the internet and looking for information about life is basically like collecting hundreds of keys. Big ones, small ones, old ones, new ones, silver ones, gold ones. I like Dr. Seuss, but this is a little unnecessary. Every key opens something, but if you never reach the door, it's useless. When you finally do get to the door, you're standing there with this big bundle of keys and you have no idea which one actually opens it. So you get tired, you get stressed out, and eventually you give up and start looking for the next door? It sounds silly, but this is what most people do. They scroll and scroll, learn and learn, but forget to actually live. They think that more information is going to finally unlock their dreams, but the truth is, you've had the key all along, you just haven't walked far enough in life to access that door.
Let me prove it to you. Here is the ultimate key to success. No gatekeeping, no charge, completely free. But here's the twist. Only an extremely small percentage of individuals will actually be able to utilize this key. I'll explain more later, but no more stalling. Here it is. If you start with a positive attitude and the intention of bettering yourself and the lives of those around you, and combine it with the unshakable belief that your goal can and will be accomplished in due time, and take consistent action towards the goal while maintaining a positive attitude, 100% belief, and the right intentions, then the goal 100% will be achieved. That's it. That's the key. And you've heard it before. And if you read the right book, then you might know exactly where I'm coming from. But there's several ways that you've heard this, even ever since you were a child. What you believe, you can achieve. If you set your mind to something, anything is possible. Your thoughts create your reality. If you haven't heard any of these, I would be very surprised. But they all mean the same thing. I just gave you the long form version. There's such a small portion of people who are able to actually utilize this because you can hear something, but living it is a completely different story. So hear me clearly. Get off the internet. Stop reading a bunch of books and quit looking for all this new information. Because the answers you seek are found in experience, failure, mistakes, betrayal. This is what builds your life. It's where the real learning happens. You can't stimulate failure behind a screen. You can't develop courage from a video. And you can't learn grit without pain. These moments, the humiliation, the betrayal, the heartbreak, it's what brings you closer to the door. And yeah, if you let them, they'll fold you like a fourth grader folding a fitted sheet. And we all know how that goes. But if you don't, they'll be able to shape you into someone unstoppable. The trials of life, the growth that you go through, is the path to love, power, wealth, success. And don't get me wrong, books and videos and things like that, they all have their place. But it's really only 20%. The other 80% is found in living your life. So what do I suggest? Stop fearing embarrassment. Stop waiting for the perfect timing and just start doing it. Get outside. Go to the event. Build the product, the brand, the landing page. Talk to strangers. Compliment somebody. Apply for the job. Explore. Challenge your mind and test your body. And for the love of God, please do all of this with a positive attitude. See, change doesn't happen overnight, and no one can do it for you. But the path ahead is not misery, it's growth. 5 years ago, I needed this exact message. I had all the knowledge, all the potential, all the planning, but I had nothing to show for it. Then I realized that information is not transformation, but application is. Now I live by 80% doing and 20% researching. Most of the time, it's acting. If I need help, I'll figure it out on the internet. But other than that, I'm in motion. So yeah, step number 1, subscribe to The Realest Motherfucker on the internet. But then, shut the screen off. Take some time with yourself and make a real decision. Do something that gave you more experience than yesterday. Because that's how you grow. That's how you find meaning. And that is how you access the door that allows you to use the keys that have been in your hand all along. Alright guys, I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. If you appreciate content like this, it would be awesome if you subscribed. And if you got anything good or bad to say, let me know down in the comment section below. I really appreciate you guys watching the video all the way through, and I hope I was able to translate my thoughts in a way that made sense and brought value to your life. God bless and good luck.